Good morning, everyone. My name is Ryrberg, as she said, and I'm a tattooist since about 22 years, and I'm here to represent SRT, the Swedish Association for Tattoo Artists, the best association in the world. SRT, we started in 2007. We have come a long way since then. We have helped educating both tattooists and health inspectors, and we're now working with authorities in Sweden. First, I'm going to tell you about the 3 things we have done that have the biggest impact in the Swedish tattoo industry. Maybe some of you will be inspired, who knows? The first thing I'm going to tell you about is the official certificates that we're now able to get in the tattoo profession in Sweden. It's the Journeyman Certificate and the Mastership Diploma, also called Master Certificates. It depends on the translation. So, since 2018, we have now about 70 crafts that are able to get the certificates in our trade. They are common crafts like painter, hairdresser, florist, blacksmithing, but also very uncommon old crafts like saddler, jewel crafter, armor. So tattooing is now officially a real profession, and the master certificate is equal to a master degree from a university.
Yeah.
So it's a big step for the tattoo industry in Sweden. It makes people look at our profession as more serious, and no one can now refer it to just a hobby anymore. This kind of certificates is available in a number of European countries, but as far as we know, we are the only one who has it for tattoo artists. So here, we received the first mastership diploma in Stockholm City Hall, November 2018. This is us, the first 12 tattoo masters in Sweden. So the Journeyman Certificate, that's the craftsman's own quality guarantee. A Journeyman Certificate is obtained after a Journeyman's exam or a validation of the skills. In order to apply to take the Journeyman exam, you need at least 3 years of experience, either a completed apprenticeship or 3 years of work in an open studio. So the Journeyman's exam consists in 2 parts, a written exam and a practical exam. The written exam is taken from home via computer, and the practical exam is done in the studio with 2 examiners on site. You make a tattoo from start to finish, and the tattoo must contain all the parts we need to assess, like lines, shading, coloring, and so on. We also look at the hygiene routines and the overall knowledge from the tattooists. If you have worked as a tattoo artist for at least 10 years, we can validate your skills and you don't need to take the test. The board then looks at pictures of your work and assesses whether the quality meets the criteria. You must also have completed an education in workplace hygiene to update your knowledge during the last 5 years. The criteria is still knowledge and skills that you can expect from a tattoo artist with only 3 years of experience. And the Master Certificate, or Mastership Diploma, that's the highest proof of a professional skill in a craft profession. To apply for a Master Certificate, you have to have a Journeyman Certificate and at least 9 years experience working full-time as a tattooist, or 3 years as an apprentice and 6 years thereafter. Then you have to attend and finish the master education at the Craft Council. There you study alongside other future masters in many different trades. This education has nothing to do with tattooing. It's about all things small businesses have in common, such as economics, marketing, and so on. If you're a tattooist who meets the requirements described in the Master Certificate Regulation, you can apply for the Master's Education at the Craft Council. Then the Craft Council, who handles all applications for all trades. Then, when they receive your application, they send a referral to us, and the board who handle the diplomas for the tattoo crafts send out a survey to our reviewers. Reviewers of the Master Certificate applications are tattooists who already have a Master Certificate. They use documents we made as a guidance to make it fair and to make sure the future master have the knowledge required. All tattoo artists who receive a Master Certificate are offered a place as reviewers of future master applications. The applicant is completely anonymous in the survey, only pictures of the work are included. So, if you have been working 3 years, you can apply for a journeyman certificate. And when you have that and have been working full-time 9 years, including apprenticeship, you can apply for a master certificate. And the next thing I'm going to tell you about is the latest project we started since we got the reach. It's an app for tattooers. It's made to declare inks and create client contract in the same application. It's the tattoo declaration app. You use this app for every client. You pick the inks you know you're going to use in advance. You can use a search function, save favorites, and add batch numbers. If you're not sure which inks you're going to use, you can save the declaration as a draft. Then you can go back, change the information, and the client will get the updated version. The supplier companies import the inks and all the information to the app, and their company will be listed as a supplier. Then the ink declaration goes straight to the client's mailbox, along with a list of ingredients, batch numbers, and all information REACH require you to give the client. The client can, if they want to, read the information while you set up the workstation or let the stencil dry. When the ink declaration is done, you automatically open up a health declaration. This is where the client answers questions about their health, medications, sign an agreement, and read all information you want them to have before you start tattooing. SRT, or the owner of the app, have added a few questions we think everyone should have. Then you add information and question you find necessary. The information you add to the app will only be visible in the app when you are logged into your account. And then when you click done, you have all information saved in your mailbox, so you can go back and see the client sign an agreement or search for a specific client to see what ink you used. And this application can be translated and used in other countries as well. We have made this app for all our members. It's free for them, all the members of SRT. It's a great tool to save time, and we think this makes all documentation much easier. And the third thing, it's an SRT insurance made specific for us and our needs. In Sweden, no insurance company wants a tattooist as a client. But by showing that we're serious, SRT were able to negotiate a good insurance that covers everything you need, including liability insurance and insurance for treatment damage as well. It cost only about 4,000, which is about €400 a year. You have to be an SRT member to get it, and you have to work according to our rules of hygiene routines. So this was our 3 most important accomplishments. Except for those, we have done some other things as well. Like this. It's a book for apprentices and masters. We wrote it in 2012, but it's been updated several times when we got new laws and regulations. This book is the foundation for the first test to get the journeyman certificate. The book tells you about everything you need to know to work in a tattoo studio, except tattooing, of course. That's up to the master to teach the apprentice about. Together with Tattoo and Piercing Education Scandinavia, the TPE, we have an education day every year before a yearly meeting. We find it very important that our members are good at workplace hygiene and stay updated. When there are new Swedish law regulations incoming, the authorities at least ask for our opinions and listen to what we have to say. We have a digital magazine we send to the members about 4 times a year. We use this to give them new information, but also interviews, articles about related subjects, and to present new members that got their master's and journeyman certificate. We have a list of companies that gives us member benefits. This list gets bigger every year as we grow as an association. So we have learned a lot in those years working with different projects and trying to make tattooing better in Sweden. And I'm proud of what we have accomplished so far. And I hope this could inspire some of you. And feel free to talk to me later if you have anything to discuss. Yeah. Thank you for listening.